Hello, my sewing friends. I thought I would show you how I do pockets. I mentioned this the other day when I was talking about this because of these. And some of you asked me if I would show you how I do them. So I thought, why not? I'll go ahead and just kind of do a mini tutorial on how I do pockets. So here's how I do it. So the first thing you need is a pattern that has patch pockets. So you just locate one of those, and then you want to pull out the instruction sheet because it will give you a diagram of all the pattern pieces in the pattern. So you can locate the pocket piece, which in this case is number 2, and then you can just pull that out of the envelope and use that pocket piece. At the top, you'll see there's a fold line, and that's about 1 3/4 inches. So what I'm going to do is fold this so that it leaves me about a 1/2 inch seam allowance from that fold line. So I'm just going to fold that under. Then I'm going to turn it so it's on the straight of grain, and I'm going to cut 2 of these for 1 pocket. So you can use pins, you can use pattern weights, whatever is easiest for you and whatever you always do, but I tend to use pins. So I'm just going to pin this to my fabric, again with that little bit of seam allowance at the fold line. So I have just a little bit. You can use a rotary cutter, or you can use scissors to cut this out. Whatever you always do, whatever you're most comfortable with. For me, it's scissors. I just prefer to cut things with scissors most of the time. So now I have my 2 pocket pieces cut, and that again is for just 1 pocket. And what I'm going to do is turn these so that I have them right sides together. And then I am going to put a couple of pins in the bottom to mark an opening for myself. And this will be an opening that I don't stitch through. I'll leave that part open, and then I'm going to stitch to the corner, up, over, down, and then to the other pin. So I won't be stitching through that little center section. That will be the part that I leave open. And you can see here, that's exactly what I did. I went ahead and stitched it, left that opening, so now I can take out my pins. I'm going to clip my corners. It just makes it easier when you go to turn this inside out. Now you can go around and trim the seam if you like. I'm not going to do that here, but that's up to you. I am going to go about halfway between the corner and the part that I left open on either side, and I am going to trim that from the corner to the part where I clipped. And the reason I do this is simply because it gives me a little bit of extra there that's going to make it easier when I turn it inside out. So now I'm just going to turn this inside out. Once I've done that, I press open all the corners, I press it flat, and then you can see I've got this opening at the bottom. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of pins at the top of my pocket, and I'm going to put them in the shape of an X, so I know don't sew there. You want to sew down and around, but you don't want to sew across the top because you'll close your pocket. And then I'm going to make a little triangle at the top, and this is going to reinforce the corners. So you're going to start at the angle, go up about 7 or 8 stitches, go over about 3 or 4 stitches, and then go all the way down and around, and then do the same thing all over again. You'll go up to the corner, over about 3 or 4 stitches, and then back down to connect to that stitching line. And that's it. Once you put it on your fashion fabric, you are ready to go. And this is all of it as I've stitched it. The placement for your pocket is going to depend on you, but you can see here that that opening got sewn shut when I top stitched the pocket to the bodice or the dress or the pants or the skirt, whatever it is. And that is how you do it. Now, if you want to make your own pattern piece, you can. You just take the one you used and make sure that you've got that fold line folded back, and copy paper, tracing paper, doesn't matter. All you do is trace around and then cut it away. And then you want to go ahead and label it. And here I've labeled that it came from this specific new look pattern, so I know what the pocket was. Got my grain line, pocket, cut 2 for 1 pocket. I've got my seam allowance marked. There's the top. And then I put 2 little notches at the bottom so I know where to leave the opening so that I can turn the 2 pieces inside out after I've sewn them together. And that will give you a master pocket template so that you can use it. If you ever want to change it, you can make another one and curve the bottom. You can really do whatever you like. I just curved the bottom on this one. You can make it whatever size you like, whatever shape you like, but this will be your master pattern so that you'll be able to use it for any kind of pattern. And they all work the same way. All you do is make 2 and turn them inside out, and that's it. So that is the way that I do my pockets. Way, way easier, in my opinion, than having to go through all the instructions that the pattern makers will tell you. This is just a little shortcut. So I hope it helps you, it makes my life a lot easier. So I hope it does yours too. And that is it for now for me. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.